Splatoon 2 Splatfests are finally done. No matter how much you look at it, the fact remains that it's been 2 years since the game first came out on the Nintendo Switch. So I thought to share my thoughts and experiences, and it's totally not a stopgap because the RGB video is taking too long to produce or anything. Let's get started. Having never played the original Splatoon, despite owning a Wii U, I thought to give Splatoon 2 a try, especially since the global test fire was coming up at the time. Once I played it, I got hooked and sought to pre-order a copy. Before then, the Splatfest World Premiere demo came out and we absolutely dominated as Team Ice Cream. It was after the final game came out that the lineage of Splatfests continued. Some I joined, some I didn't, but then comes the game's 2-year anniversary. Surprising how time progresses. At E3 2019, Nintendo announced their Final Splatfest for Splatoon 2, but instead of going straight for Pearl vs Marina, they went for a battle of the ideologies. Team Chaos, led by Pearl, and Team Order, led by Marina. Of course, being the Final Splatfest, it was hyped up like hell leading up to the actual event itself, so I thought it'd be best to switch gears from ranked battles to turf war, to get some practice in. Now, as for the team I chose, I rounded up the Bits and Bytes Team Bed and Breakfast squad, and I'm sure you can guess which team we ended up in, with my specially made Twitch graphics. We try to vote for teams to play on so that we can all play together as a team, despite our track record for being absolutely terrible at coordination. And that's where everything started. I myself was hyped up for the Splatfest, so naturally I wanted to capture the experience as it progressed. It just so happens that a few days before the Splatfest, Amazon Prime Day was to take place. I've needed an HDMI capture card for quite some time and thought it would be perfect to get one while the sale was still going on. Soon after, I fired up Photoshop and made some Splatoon-themed graphics, and with that, the stream prep was complete. Throw in some extra practice along with some squaddies joining in and we're all set to go. The first day of the Splatfest, I was lucky enough to get 2 squad members in on the action since the very beginning. Well, not that that lasted for very long. Still, we did pull out quite a number of victories even if we were only in a pair. Performance was about what I expect, in terms of pure victories and losses. You win some and you lose some. But within the 2 hours that I've played, I progressed quite a bit in ranking, making it all the way up to champion by the end of the livestream. Day 2 had me in pro battle for the first time. I was faced with a lot of victories that weren't 10x battles, and it was also around this time that I finally got up to Order King rank. Then some more defeats came in to ruin my day, almost immediately followed up by... Are you actually being serious right now? We did eventually end up joining our good old friend Allie from the squad, and we did kinda not really great or anything, but hey, an attempt was made. I did do a little bonus stream for about an hour, joined by none other than Royce and Nayab from the squad. We got along quite nicely and did absolutely fantastic, stable internet connection and all, though in fairness we did do better than Ali and I did during the afternoon playthrough. That is, until the 10x battles. Sure, we did completely get destroyed after the first one, but somehow somewhere within Nintendo's matchmaking servers they decided, meh, let's just give it another one. And we just barely made it there. This is one of the proudest moments during this entire Splatfest, and it only gets better from here. In the morning, I didn't stream because it was way too early when I started playing. Nevertheless, I did end up recording my play session, and that's when it happened.
Well, I haven't seen Caitlyn spelled like that before.
I have.
I haven't.
Alright.
What is it?
It's Kelto.
K-A-T-E-L-Y. Yeah, that is Caitlyn. Okay, sorry. I thought there was a rogue C in the middle. I was thinking,
A
what?
rogue C?
Yeah. That's why I was confused.
How do you...
See, this...
We were finally able to round up everyone in the squad as a full 4-player team, all with the B&B prefix. And I say this because there was one other Splatfest when we did have a full squad. If only this didn't happen. But prefix or no prefix, we also got our new recruit on the team. That being the very familiar and memeable Australian. Well, not that we did any better than the day prior, although we did manage to beat the Japanese at one point in time.
Well, the Japanese dudes can stop playing Splatoon.
The rest of the day was a really lucky one, pulling out victory after victory after victory. I was managing well, even if I was playing pro mode. Sure, I did lose quite a few times, but even then, my win-to-loss ratio counted more victories for a time. In fairness, my performance that day was most likely coming from the fact that it was the last day of the Splatfest, so it wouldn't make sense if I didn't bring my A game. The next day, before I knew it, the Splatfest was over. I'll be honest, I did have fun participating in the Splatfest, even if it came to less than stellar results. That said, do I think that this is the end of Splatoon 2 as a whole? Far from it. Splatoon 3 isn't slated to come out anytime soon, but I'm predicting it's not coming out until the next big Nintendo system, as it would make sense. Splatoon isn't a purely story-driven game, so it wouldn't make much sense to create a new entry into the series this early. As long as the Nintendo Switch is still alive, Splatoon 2 will very much be too. Splatfests are a way to bring everyone together around Splatoon. We all strive to achieve the same goal, and it becomes a time where every accomplishment is just another step towards this goal. With that, I leave saying, I'm proud of every step that everyone, from random teammates, squad members, and myself has taken for Team Order, and I look forward to what the future brings.